Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy MacBook Pro 16-inch here. We are finally going to see this laptop as soon as tomorrow. Bloomberg is saying this. Many sources have reportedly been briefed on this. So they've already gone hands-on. They've got their videos and articles ready. They are just waiting to publish until Apple gives them approval. So this device is certainly coming this week. It was highly elusive, but I want to fill you in on all the latest and final rumors for this, alongside what else Apple's going to be releasing this year. We have information on when the Mac Pro is coming and the plans for the iPad Pro in 2020, because those are a little bit different as well. Drop a like if you're excited, hit subscribe for more. I don't want to waste any more time. Let's go ahead and get started. So behind me on the screen and right here is the new 16-inch MacBook Pro. Apple either coincidentally or unintentionally leaked images of this device. We have a first look at the keyboard. We've seen this before, how the touch bar is a little bit different. There is a dedicated escape key as well as Touch ID sensor now, and then of course the screen, slimmer bezels, bigger 16-inch display. We now have some more details that pictures could not reveal, courtesy of Mark Gurman over at Bloomberg, who has an insanely good track record. In this article, talks about first, the MacBook Pro is coming this week. That lines up with everything else we have seen. There is essentially no evidence that it's not coming this week. Again, less than 24 hours from now, on Wednesday, November 13th, is the likely date we're going to see the official release of this device. And we had some really good information about other parts of this that we couldn't see from the images, like the price tag. Many of us thought it was going to be $3,000+ for the base model, as Apple was going to have a 13-inch MacBook Pro, a 15-inch MacBook Pro, and yet another higher-end, more exclusive 16-inch model. Well, according to Bloomberg, that is not going to be the case. This 16-inch MacBook Pro will actually be replacing the 15-inch, which is crazy considering that the 15-inch just got updated in May of this year. I was actually traveling in California when this device came out. I made a video on it, and I was surprised that Apple was doing that considering we heard a 16-inch was on the way. So the 15-inch is going to be kaput after this device comes out, which is actually good news for the price tag of the 16-inch. It's said to be right around the same $2,399, $2,400 USD starting point, just like the 15-inch MacBook Pro was. So don't think of it as more of an upgrade to the 16-inch, but rather the next generation. And the screen isn't going to be getting that much bigger. It might literally be going from 15.4 inches to 16 inches evenly. That's sort of what this article alluded to, which is interesting. The screen obviously being larger at 16 inches is also going to have slimmer bezels, but they're not as slim as many sources led us to believe. I thought they would be, maybe like Dell XPS level. Apple's still keeping the webcam and everything, so they're not getting that much slimmer, just marginally slimmer than they were on the existing 15-inch model. But the screen is going to be getting brighter according to Bloomberg, so the nit level is going to see an increase, which was always a big problem that I had with the MacBook Pro. You couldn't really edit in sunlight or in many places outside. Unlike your iPhone that can get super bright, like I think up to 1200 nits on the 11 Pro, you just can't see that much of your MacBook screen because it never got that bright. I'm seriously hoping that with the increase in potential screen brightness, we also see some battery life upgrades, but we haven't heard that. So we'll have to wait until tomorrow to find out about battery life. Aside from that, the keyboard that everybody hates is finally getting fixed. Apple is said to be going away from the butterfly mechanism that has been an absolute disaster in almost every MacBook Pro over the course of the past 3.25 years or so. They are switching back to the scissor mechanism that is going to be reliable. So if you've been waiting to get a new MacBook Pro, you've been in the comment section of one of these videos saying, I'm not going to buy one because I don't want the keyboard to break. Well, Apple said to finally fix it here. Instead of just doing like a 7th generation butterfly, it's going to be reliable again, which is super great because, I was lucky to not have keyboard issues, but thousands of people did. Mac Rumors also seems to think that the speakers are going to be getting louder, although I couldn't find any concrete source for that just yet. But it is obvious right here, especially in this GIF, that the speaker grills are certainly getting wider just to fill up that extra space. It'd look weird if there was a ton of just dead aluminum on each side and the speaker grills didn't change at all. But of course, that's not like the actual speaker. just looks like that. The actual speaker's down at the bottom, and it's really tiny. So it's just aesthetical at that point. I want to be honest, I thought that this laptop was going to be a lot cooler than a minor upgrade to the 15-inch MacBook Pro. When this was initially billed as like the return of the large screen MacBook Pro, I was really excited for the video and photo editing applications. I'm still gonna grab it. I still want to check it out. But I mean, expectations versus, what we are going to be getting, probably going to be a lot different. This is not going to have rounded edges to the screen. This is not going to look like this MacBook. This is the MacBook Pro that I wanted. This is what I was willing to pay $3,000 for. What we're getting is just a slightly upgraded 15-inch MacBook Pro that essentially is fixing issues that people had with the model from 3 years ago. So I'm gonna let you guys know tomorrow, as soon as this thing drops, run through the specs, the pricing, the exact feature set, reveal the the design from Apple and the marketing images. But right now, I'm just kind of underwhelmed. Speaking of underwhelming, the Mac Pro is still not coming. I thought Apple would release it this month, in the middle of fall. No, they are doing this stereotypical Mac Pro release date for some reason. They told us the Mac Pro in 2013 was coming in 2013, and I kid you not, they released it on the last day of 2013. Apple again seems to be dragging their feet with the Mac Pro this time around. Bloomberg reports it is coming in December, and if I know Apple, they are probably going to wait until the very end of that month, or as long as they can, maybe even on the last day of fall as promised, to release this device. Even though it was announced all the way back at WWDC of this year, and Apple has apparently figured out production, it's not coming until at least probably a month from now. So keep you guys in the loop about that as well, but still 30, 40 days until you're getting your hands on that. So that's the story for 2019. It seems like these are going to be the final two products of the year. We still might see some iPhone smart battery cases, or even new Apple Watch bands, or the Apple Tile tracker, or some of that is going to be saved for an event in March, which is likely when the new iPad Pro is going to be coming. And again, according to Bloomberg, they have been absolutely killing it lately with whoever they've been talking to. That is when the next generation iPad Pro is coming. Now, Bloomberg doesn't get a lot wrong, but sometimes they do, very rarely. And the iPad Pro update coming in 2019 was one of those things. They said that there would be camera upgrades coming. This has all been pushed back until at least the first half of 2020. And instead of the iPad Pro getting 3 cameras, like all the CAD units and even the one that I went hands-on with has, it'll actually only have a dual camera setup with 2 independent camera lenses. I would venture to say, just like they did on the iPhone 11, one standard angle and then one ultra wide angle, because I think for a lot of people that has the most application. You can have the most fun with standard and wide. The new iPad Pro is going to get faster as well. I think we're going to see the A13X chip here, but we don't have any exact specifications just yet. Overall, it's not going to be a huge iPad upgrade, but it's going to be nice. And again, Apple themselves has said a new iPad isn't coming this year because the release cycle is going to be a little bit different going into 2020. The camera system is going to be more advanced than on the iPhone 11 though, as it will be the first Apple device, and the iPhone 12 next year, the 5G one, is also getting this, that will have a time of flight 3D sensing system, which will help with some computational photography, make your photos look even better, and have even more application for augmented reality, because the second half of the Bloomberg report echoes the information drop of info that Apple's planning AR glasses for some time in the early 2020s. It's not probably coming next year or even in 2021, but maybe 2022 or 2023 is when we will see the, Apple glasses, which is a story for another day. They're going to be like this, you put them on your face and then it augments the reality in your world. And there seems to be a lot of controversy of whether these are even a viable product. Will people that don't wear glasses suddenly start doing so? I don't know. I'm interested to see what Apple does here, but I want to stay in the short term for now. I don't want to think about 3.5 years from now. That's a little bit far away for me. Obviously, we have no idea what this device is actually going to look like when it launches, and based on these preliminary renderings, there could be some cool application. And in the report, it suggested that maybe when you have these on, they would actually be dimmed when people look at you so that they know you're interacting with, a different environment that's not entirely human. It's all very futuristic, but also very interesting. So I'll keep you guys updated on this story that's probably going to span a couple of years. So to recap, tomorrow, the MacBook Pro is coming. Later this year in December, the Mac Pro is on the way. And early in 2020, Apple will probably be holding an event just based off all the products that seem to be coming out around that time, the early first part of 2020. We're going to be seeing that iPad Pro. And then much, much later, we're going to get the Apple AR headset and then the AR glasses. That is my recap for the news that you should know about Apple today. It was busy, It was kind of a full-time gig today to be covering Apple news. That's all I've got for you in this video. Drop a like if you enjoyed it. Hit subscribe for more, and I hope you guys are doing well. See you in my next video, and see you tomorrow with the 16-inch MacBook Pro. I hope, fingers crossed, that nothing changes.